So after former President Obama claimed credit for our current economic boom yesterday, President Trump fired back, saying the boom is due to rolling back Obama's policies by cutting regulations and taxes. So who's right? Who cares? Think about it. The debate we're having isn't over how great things are. That ship has sailed. The media and the Dems see there's no more denying the success, so now it's about quibbling over credit. Fine. Let the Dems have it. It won't win them election, but it might reduce their tears. And maybe Obama had something to do with today's economy. I mean, without Obama, would we have Trump? Fact is, this debate says a lot about life today. The Trump economy is so great that Trump haters now want credit for it. Next thing you know, Obama will claim credit for putting kids in cages. And why not? He did do it before Trump. So it's confusing. In the Dems world, Obama's not responsible for his results, only for the success of whoever came next. Technically, then, George Bush was responsible for Obama's success. And of course, without W's dad, we'd have no Bubba. Couldn't you do this forever? Who gets credit for George Washington's success? George III, of course. Then there are those who just want the economy to tank because their hatred for Trump outweighs their love for the country. And also impeachment failed. So war erupts under Trump, a Twitter war, like a lot of the wars under Trump. Nonviolent, no body bags, just trash talk and finger pointing. I'll take that over the other kind of wars any day. Just remember, if it hadn't been for smoke signals, there'd be no Twitter. Maybe Liz Warren can take credit for that. Little giggle there. Hey, Jesse, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Does Obama have a point about claiming credit?
I'd say you didn't build that, Barack. And then I'd say this, Greg, you know when you date a girl, then you guys break up, and then she goes on and marries some other guy?
That's never happened to me. Never happened to me.
You can't take credit for that when you break up with her and then she gets remarried. That's not the point. The point is this. The stimulus was a punchline during the Obama administration. He said so himself. Remember, he was actually joking, those shovel-ready jobs aren't so shovel-ready. Think about it this way. The Democrats first said that the economy was going to tank under Trump. Then they said it was Barack Obama's economy. Then they said there was going to be a recession. And then they said it was only benefiting the rich. And now they're back to saying that it's Barack Obama's economy. It doesn't make any sense because they can't talk about the economy because they haven't done anything to help the economy. If there had been a Democrat who'd taken the reins in 2016, you would have had strangling Obamacare regulations, a Green New Deal, Paris climate deal, war on coal, no new trade deals, tax hikes instead of the cuts, no bonuses. It would have been an absolute disaster. They can't name one single metric that has gotten worse when Trump came over and took over the Obama economy. Wages have gone up, stock market's gone up, manufacturing jobs up, every job has gone up. They can't have a little fingerprint on any of this success. And the American people see that, and that's why they're giving Donald Trump credit for the good economy. They're saying they're optimistic, and they say they're better off now than they were 3 years ago. And that's why I believe he's going to win re-election.
Donna, I saw you nodding to everything Jesse said. I could tell you were going, yes!
She was nodding off.
Well, Greg, as you well know, I try to deal in fact and not make believe. I don't try to make up things. And look, the truth is...
You mean the fairy tale? The wand that was going to create all those
Trump
jobs?
inherited a strong economy that Barack Obama really helped to build. We all know that when he took office, President Barack Obama, the economy was in a quote-unquote hole. I wanted to use a S word, but you know what I'm saying, Greg. You can...
It's a deep hole.
Deep hole. Thank you, Dana. And so we've gone from 10% unemployment to 4.7% when Barack Obama left office. It's now at 3.5%. Hooray. 11 consecutive years of strong growth. I agree with your first line. We should be thankful that we have an economy that is working. But what Democrats are arguing for, Jesse, and I don't know if you talk to any Democrats, and I'm so glad to sit next to you at least once or twice a month. It beats anything else I do during the week. But what we are all excited about is that we want an economy that works for every American.
Did it work for every American during Obama?
Yes.
Okay, so it worked for every American under Obama, and then how does it not work for every American under Trump when things are better?
Things got better under Barack Obama. The stock market got better. Wages started going up. The number of uninsured Americans went down. Things got better under President Obama. Now, the fact that President Trump inherited a 4.7 unemployment rate. Remember, the stock market is one metric, but look at the most important metric, and that is wages. Wages began to go up
under
Barack
Trump.
Obama.
But no, it jumped under
started.
Trump.
It went up
I got to bring
$5,000 under Trump.
Emily thoughts. Yes.
Well,
I also have graphs and maps and anything you need. But the truth is, I'm excited.
Yes.
That the number of people.
Hey, I pulled a Pelosi. You guys liked it when she did it.
You know what, Jesse? You can shred it. It doesn't matter because what's important.
He's got his energy back.
Look,
All right, I got to bring Emily.
I'll take this. This will hurt you. Two
other people
Your phone, because
Emily.
you are really getting bad facts.
All
Go ahead, Emily.
Well, to speak to your point about wages growing, absolutely. So in this administration, unlike the past administration, workers' wages have grown beyond managers' wages. And that's something that, as you pointed out, that all Americans should want to feel. What's so interesting about this conversation we're happening right now is that Democrats are sending such mixed messages. So by some, the economy is still horrible, and the benefits have not, in fact, been felt by everyone. And then by others, it's, no, it's amazing, but this was started by Barack Obama, by then President Obama. And the reality is, economic growth is driven by deregulation and trade reform and energy independence and tax cuts. And those are not things that the Democratic Party stands for, and that is not things that occurred under the Obama administration. And what is creating those sustained wage increases is sustained job creation. And that's the result of that positive economic growth.
And
what I
tax
will continue
cuts.
to say also is that for the Democratic Party that advocates
Okay.
for those that that don't or are unable to advocate for themselves under this administration, not only have Asian Americans, Black Americans, Hispanic Americans, their wages have increased and unemployment rates decreased, but also those with only high school degrees. And so while, for example, the 2020 candidates have been talking about wiping away college debt, I love that under this administration, people don't need to go to college because those with just high school degrees, their wages are increasing.
When President Trump, I like to call people president because he's my
President
president.
Gutfeld? Okay.
And President.
I got to hurry up. I want to get Dana in
when
this.
President Trump.
She's getting ready to leave.
Hold on.
It's almost 6 o'clock.
When President Trump tax cuts went into effect 1 year after he took office, the unemployment rate went down from 4.7 to 4.1. All I'm saying is that we can give both presidents
Fair
credit
enough.
for a strong economy, an economy that is only growing.
Tear it up, Juan.
strong.
Okay.
Don't tear it up. You can't
Dana-
tear up the truth, baby.
Dana, what would happen if times were bad? Would Obama take credit for that? Hey, I'm going to tweet, you know what? It's bad. I feel bad. This is partly my fault.
I would say, well, if you had only given me a third term,
Yes.
things would have been better. History has a very long sweep of, and so I think that the tweet that President Obama did yesterday was just so ill-advised. You should let other people say that for you. But the fact that he tweeted it means that we are leading our show with it and having this big debate the night before the Democrats debate
Right.
on stage in Nevada.
Thank you.
And if you think about historical data points, there are facts. Everybody's stated some good facts. But I think that's very interesting that President Obama and the House Republicans, everybody wanted to do a corporate tax cut. And Obama was at 27%, and the House Republicans were at 25%, and they could not come to a deal.
Yeah.
You could have cut that to 26%. Let's do it. And then
Yeah.
they would have been able to see a little bit more growth. But also, don't forget, it wasn't just the tax cuts. It's the deregulation that has given people the chance to open it up and make sure that you can hire more people and pay them more.
So true.
Anyway, I will stop
Increase
talking.
the deficit and
All right. I'm going to tease, okay? Stop yelling at me in my ear, crazy person.